y'all. This is Drunk in the Sun with Joe and Tom. Guess what?
We're going to get drunk and talk about everything under the sun.
Show about anything under the sun.
We didn't do that. All right, let's do it.
This episode is fire. Check us out every week on YouTube,
Instagram,
Facebook,
and Spotify.
Oh, shit! Coming at you every week.
First of all, this is for entertainment. We're not educational.
Yeah.
We're not.
If you're coming to get your education from us, you are clearly misguided.
Exactly.
But check us out. We're the show about anything and everything under the sun. Check us out. I'll show up. Like, what are you doing in there? He's like, I swear to God.
Swear to me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's legit.
I don't think it's legit either. Hey, what up, y'all, man? This is Drunk in the Sun with John. I said John? With John? No, it's Tom. Tom and Joe. God damn, how drunk am I? Hey, guys. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just drinking. Screaming, I deserve this. What did he deserve? Fuck!
Like and subscribe so you get the notifications when we do drop something. Probably pretty fucking lame. But anyways, check it out. Drunk in the Sun, podcast about anything and everything under the sun. We can do the
Movies?
Yeah, let's do the movies one. Based on true story movies.
Based on true story movies.
I
wrote a few down. Some will probably pop in my head as we're talking.
And I have a list in my head. But I mean, when I brought this up, like I was thinking of them all, and they're just like some of my favorite movies. I enjoy the fact that they're based on a true story, but it really kind of ticks me off how different it really went down than what, you know. It's so
they always do that.
But
it's always Hollywood.
Like, why make a movie based on a true story, but then change it? If this story was good enough for you to pick it up, just make the fucking movie.
Well, it's because there's times where let's say a character is really fucking interesting, dies prior to the main character fulfilling his journey or whatever. It would be cooler if the more interesting character survived and the other guy who actually lived to the end, who's drool and boring as fuck, let's kill him instead.
Okay, well, I mean, I could see that.
I mean, there's a lot of movies that do that.
But yeah.
And not only, like, see, and that's the thing that that's with comic movies too. A lot of people fucking bitch and moan about that too. But I get that you want it to be 100% accurate.
Maybe not 100.
The thing is, in all based on true story movies, there's gonna come times where there's no one there recording it. It's like two people's opinion.
That. Yeah.
So
you just heard about what happened.
Yeah. So at that point, you're like, well, we gotta ad lib. I mean, did he really do that? I don't know. He said it, but she said he didn't. Yeah. This guy said it did. They both didn't, but he said it. You know. Yeah. So it's like hearsay. At that point, you gotta take a stand and say, what's the more interesting choice?
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. But all right, well, what are some?
But I get what you're saying. Yeah. Because one of my favorites that does that, to be exact, is Donnie Brasco.
Okay, yeah, I knew that was...
Donnie Brasco is the shit. Based on Joe Pistone infiltrating the fucking...
and that sounds interesting enough.
Genovese. I think it's either Lucchese or Genovese. I think it's Lucchese. I can't remember. I think it's Lucchese. See, don't quote me. It's either Lucchese or Genovese crime family back in the day when the mafia, the Italian mafia in America was fucking like ruthless as fucking powerful as fuck. The liberty they did in that movie. So how he gets in, he clicks up with a guy in the real story. He clicks up with some Colombo guys who want him on his side. But they're real stupid and dangerous, and like something happens, so he's got to he gets saved by the Lucchese. I think he is No, Henry Hill is Lucchese. So I believe Donnie Brasco was the Genovese. No, Colombo, Gambino, Lucchese, Genovese. Bonanno. He was the Bonanno. I know that 100%. Donnie Brasco was the Bonanos. Scratch what I said. So anyways. But the big thing was, there was a guy named Lefty Guns Ruggiero, and the movie is played by Al Pacino in the movie. And Al Pacino does a fucking great job because Lefty in real life was like a down and out gangster. Like he basically every hustle was like his paycheck, right?
Mhm.
So he was living paycheck to paycheck. He wasn't stacking money. He didn't have money to blow. He'd blow it, but it was just like a fucking dude working 9 to 5
Yeah.
who had low pay. He was that type of mobster because a lot of people get that twisted. Like they think all gangsters like they're just throwing money around like it's Godfather shit. It's not the case at all. They're all hustling to try to fucking not get caught by the cops and not get killed for doing some shady shit to their fellow gangsters.
Yeah.
So Lefty Guns was the guy who introduced Donnie to the family. He got real tight, and he ended up becoming Joe Pistone, aka Donnie Brasco. Got real tight with the capo regime of that fucking crew, which was fucking Sonny Black. So in the movie, this happens. They all are still tight.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, when it gets fucking shown that, because in real life, the feds came to them and said, and they hadn't seen Donnie for like a week or two or something, and then the feds come say, hey, you're being indicted. Donnie Brosco is really Joe Pistone, a federal agent, blah, blah, blah. And they all laugh. They're like, he's Donnie. What are you talking about? Like, Donnie's a good guy. He's a fucking good. He's one of us, huh? They believed it that much. He was gonna get made into the family. He was gonna be a made man, FBI, undercover. It's unheard of. So when in real life when that happened, they summoned Sonny Black to a meeting, which is a sit down, which is basically like save his life. I know you're fucking fucked up, but still, pay attention. So when he went, but Sonny Black, when he went to that meeting, he got killed, and they found his body was washed up somewhere, and his hands chopped off. Well, Lefty, because he welcomed a rat into a cop into their fucking organization, so they cut his hands off. And that was a symbol of that. So Lefty, on his way to his sit down to be whacked, the feds pulled up on him and fucking arrested him and took him away. So he survived and he went to jail. He died, I think, right after he got out of jail or in jail. I can't remember. But in the movie, Lefty, which is played by Al Pacino, is the one that gets called to the sit down, and then they make it out to where he gets killed. So they twisted it. Because Al Pacino is more interesting.
I see.
Because Michael Madsen played Sonny Black.
Yeah.
Which, nothing against Michael Madsen, but he's no Al Pacino. Right? Just saying.
Yeah. Man.
So that's
you know that story really well.
Well, I've read the book a few times.
Oh, shit.
And
There's a book.
Yeah, Joe Pistone wrote it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the book goes more into detail than the movie. But the movie's a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
An easy watch because you got Johnny fucking Depp playing Donnie Brosco. You got fucking Al Pacino playing Lefty. You know, Michael Madsen's in it. Fucking a bunch of... I can't remember the one Italian dude's name. Fucking... There's another Italian guy. I can't remember. But he's fucking really good.
That's one I didn't think of. Because I always think back to... Like, I guess the very first one that I realized was based on a true story was Braveheart.
Oh.
And I think...
That's on my list as one of my favorites.
It used to be my favorite. It really used to be my favorite. But
it's one of my favorite movies, though, to be quite honest.
Like, I don't know what it was, but, like, at the time, I really loved it.
You don't like it now?
But as I've grown older, it's not... I like it. It's just, like... I know some facts about what really happened. Yeah. I'm like, it's all fake.
It is. I mean, it is 100% fake. Because I think, like, William Wallace was like a skirmish that happened, and they shut him the fuck down, didn't they?
Well...
They, like, waxed him. They're like, that's it! Shut this shit down. And they're like, no, sir! They're coming for your head!
No, there
was... Look at William Wallace's head floating up top of that pike! It wasn't something like that? No, it wasn't?
No, it wasn't quite that fast.
No.
But because, like, they were talking about different battles. And, like, you know that big battle in the movie where they were outnumbered or whatever, but they still win?
Is that the one they, like, flash him and all that shit?
I don't remember.
It's like the first one. When he paints his face.
It's probably one of the
He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to pick a fight.
Yeah.
And because the nobles were out there and they're like,
but
all terms of agreement. He's like, we don't accept your terms of agreement. You can kiss our ass and fire back to that way. Yeah. They're like, what the? And they're all like, shut up! Shut up! He's like, no, the fuck these fucks. And the guy's like, I'm going to tell the king. I'm going back to tell the king. He's like, you tell the fucking king, you fucking bastard. And then they're like, he's running back. They're like, you know what you done? He's like, I know exactly what I've done. You turn this way, you go that way, we cut them all. Is that battle?
Probably. Since you have it down so well, probably that battle. But it was fought on a bridge, so it was a bottleneck.
I mean, in all fairness, though, most of those battles in that movie went down that way. They all met up. They met up every time. It's like, what's the terms? The terms of the king is fuck your terms. He's like, shut up, Wallace! For the love of God! His father wasn't even a real lord! And then they go to battle, and everyone's like, yeah. And then during one part, the fucking guys are like, nope, fuck you. This way, sirs! And they're like, where are they going? Like, we don't know.
I remember that scene, yeah. That sucked.
There's like 3 armies that left, and then they all got slaughtered.
Yeah.
And then that's when he goes on a revenge kill, and they all fuck. He does. He smashes one in the face with a mace.
Yeah.
One he hangs from the fucking balcony. Another one he slices another's
you
throat.
You remember so many of the details.
It's a great movie.
It is a good movie.
I fucking love that movie. And honestly, I get it. See, Braveheart is probably one of the best examples of why you hate based on a true story. And you're like, it's only, but I'm like, it's based. It's not the true story.
Well,
it's just based.
I want to know the true story.
I mean, technically, Dracula was based on a true story. Is there a blood-sucking monster out there turning people into ever-living souls of the damned of the night forever? Maybe. Just might. I hope so, because let me be one. Wouldn't it be awesome to be a vampire? Anyways, that's a different topic.
Maybe. But yeah, it's a great movie, and I do enjoy it. But the more I learned about it, I was like, they're kind of... But that's all they do is stretch the truth.
Every fucking time.
Every time.
I mean, Braveheart, again, I mean, that's a great fucking movie.
It is a good movie.
It's technically based on a guy who was, I think, shut the fuck down real fucking fast. I think the King of England was like, fuck this guy. He's like, Wallace, why do I know that name? Sir, he burnt down your fields twice last year. He's the fucker that burnt my fields down. He is, you better get him. And I better get him. Get him. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I almost wrote down on this page when I was thinking about it. I'm like, Dances with Wolves. That's fantastic. I was like, wait a minute. It's only none of that is. It's only like. I guess I don't know what you call that.
Speculated
that happened at that time period. So I quickly took that off my list.
I never thought.
But honestly, I thought when we got in this true stories, I thought the one you was going to open up with was Kevin Costner, Wyatt Earp.
Oh shit! It is a good
didn't.
one. I did no, it didn't, because it's not my favorite, and you know what? It didn't even come into my mind.
Really?
Like that one didn't. And thinking about it, I love that Johnny Cash movie. That didn't come in. Walk the Line.
That's a good one. And I mean, that didn't come up on mine either. But that's a really good one.
Yeah. It's fairly accurate.
Is it fairly?
Yeah.
See, I don't know shit about Johnny Cash.
I know he got into some drug trouble.
See, what a lot of times with these biopic movies, I go into them a lot of times cold because I don't know. I know who Johnny Cash was.
Yeah.
But I don't know who Johnny Cash was, type deal. I couldn't even tell you the title to his song, maybe Ring of Fire, but other than that, that's it. Yeah. Fuck it. But that Walk the Line was so dope just because of the performances.
Yeah, it was a good cast.
You know, fucking Joaquin killed it. Reese Witherspoon killed it. And they sang their own fucking songs on that movie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
That was great, yeah. But it didn't come up on my list. Like one of the big ones. Now, I just watched this one in preparation for the show, and then I looked into the story. Invincible.
Mark Wahlberg?
Finally saw it.
It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
I don't think it's 100% accurate.
Oh, it's not.
I mean, some of it is.
No.
Like the one play where it shows him get the touchdown and he runs that play.
No, he doesn't get a touchdown there, though. Because I looked it up. He never scored a point.
But they show the footage at the end of the movie.
I saw that point. I saw that too. But I thought the same thing, but when I looked it up, it said that he never scored any points.
Really?
He played for 3 seasons, yes.
I think, honestly, it said that in the movie, though.
I don't know because I just watched it, and then I looked it up, and it said he never scored any points, and that was when I was like, come on, you end the movie on a lie? What the fuck?
Yeah, you know what, now I'm thinking about it, I think you're right, but I don't think it ended it on him scored a touchdown. I think he did get down.
He got the fumble.
He got it down there to where they kicked the field goal and they won the game.
You don't see what happened? You don't see really what happens. It just looks like he runs into the end zone. And then it doesn't show a kick or nothing.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. I don't know. I love that movie just because
It was a good movie. I teared up at times. Like, it was a good
really
movie.
good. Especially the part when every time you see him reading something, and you're like, "What the fuck is it?" Then you reveal at the end that she's like, "You'll never be nothing, never." He's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna run this fucking ball."
Yep. That did happen.
But what's
But it
miraculous
happened before, like 5 years.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, there was a separation, but it did happen.
But what's miraculous about that was he was an average guy who became a pro player. Now, granted, he wasn't completely average because he played, I think, college football, didn't he? Oh, no, he didn't.
No,
he only played
the
street football?
whole movie. No, he didn't play street football.
Really?
He played on a minor league football team.
Really?
Like a legit minor league for like 2 or 3 years.
So that's all fabrication.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he played like on a lower
No wonder
level.
my dad, who's a diehard football fan, I was like, you know who Vince Pompaya is? That bum? Fuck no. I'm like, huh? It's a good movie. I'm just saying.
But it was a good movie, and like that bummed me out, and especially the part where I saw that he didn't score a point. I was like, what the fuck? That was like, I came across, like, when I watched it, I thought he scored a touchdown and won the game, and everyone was, you know? I was like,
I mean, I guess it fades out when he's running,
yeah. Yeah, he's like running, and then everybody's cheering and shit.
And it fades out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So I thought he just scored his fucking touchdown.
You're right. I gotta give you props on that.
But I just did my research today, so
I've never done any research on him, so whatever.
But yeah, I had to look it up. I was like, that's pretty cool. How long did he play and shit? Yeah. And I saw that it showed it at the end. But then when I looked him up, he played for the Philadelphia Bells. That was
the minor team.
That was the minor team. Huh. And then he was there from like 74 to 76 or 75, and then he got on Eagles.
And then he got on Eagles for like, what, 2 years?
Yeah, 3.
3?
Yeah. I mean, he was 30 years old when he started. So
this is true.
He's still
and back
alive.
then when he played, they fucking beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. But I watched that just to talk about made-for-TV movies. Yeah. Not based on a true story.
Made-for-TV movies. One other topic. That I don't know nothing about because I don't like made-for-TV movies. They usually suck.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of football based on true stories, now that you brought that up, it triggered a memory of mine. And I don't know how accurate this is, because at the end of the movie, they show clips of this motherfucker, too. And I don't think he scored a fucking touchdown either. Talking about that little short guy, Rudy. Before he was a Hobbit, he was a fucking football player for Notre Dame. John Favreau's in that movie, too. You know who John Favreau? He created the MCU, basically.
I know.
He's in that movie.
That's
a great movie, though.
I've only seen parts of that movie.
Really?
I knew it was based on a true story.
So I don't know how true it is, because maybe he did work as a janitor and then was able to play ball. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
All I know was it is, because I think that dude came to our school, didn't he?
I don't remember.
No, he came when I was I've seen that guy in real life. He came when I was in Mount Gilead. That's right. When I went to Mount Gilead schools for like a couple months, he was a guest speaker there.
Oh, yeah?
I remember, because he had fucking horn rim fucking glasses on. He had all of his shit. He had like his jersey, he had all this prop material. And I remember everyone asking about the fucking movie. And I remember repeatedly, he was like, it was a movie! He's like, I think he got like fucking, he was like cool at first. I mean, granted, this was 8th grade. This was when I was in 8th grade. That's when I met that
like a punk ass kid's age.
Just fucking with him. A bunch of punk ass kids fucking with him. And I remember I didn't even fuck with him. I was like, oh, this is the guy from the movie. I'm like, why does he look so fat? Because he was like, he didn't look nothing like Sean Astin. And he didn't look like that. And he didn't look like that fucking picture at the end of the movie either. I can't believe I forgot about that. That's 100% accurate. Like Rudy, whatever the fuck his last name is, I seen him when I was in junior high.
Huh.
Yeah. Huh. I completely forgot about that.
That is awesome.
Maybe because that time in my life was pretty traumatic. No, it wasn't. But I'm joking. But that's the closest I've got.
Yeah.
based on a true story knowledge of that movie because I don't know how much is accurate.
I don't either.
I remember being there and listening to him, but I don't remember what the fuck he even said.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of self-praise. I remember that.
You'll never be as good as me.
Yeah, that or like, look how good you can be, even though I'm fucking 5'0" nothing.
Yeah.
I gotta play one fucking game. I think he played like one game. If that.
That really comes across like a handicap story. Like giving
Rudy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like super small.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, everyone's like, if he ain't playing, I ain't playing. He ain't playing. I wonder, I bet what really happened was like one of the guys was like, man, I dare you go tell the coach that if Rudy ain't playing, we ain't playing. Because you ain't gonna fucking do it. And Rudy ain't never gonna play. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do this. He goes, Coach, no disrespect. But if me and a lot of guys were talking, and like, no disrespect. But we think that Rudy's a good guy. He works hard. Who are you talking about? Who's Rudy? The little guy. Oh, the little guy wants to be a fucking football player? Yeah, coach, that guy. Me and the fellas have been thinking, I'm going to tell you what, he'll never play for Notre Dame ever. Ever! As long as I'm here. Well, coach, I'm just thinking, hey, you remember, on Saturday, you're a fucking top winner. You got to fucking take this team to the top. Yeah, but coach, I just think about Rudy. Fuck Rudy! You're going to be a superstar. That kid's going to be mopping floors and washing dishes. And he's just like, well, coach, I just think that, and all of a sudden, boom! The headstrong black guy kicks in the door and you're like, Coach, if Rudy ain't playing, I ain't fucking playing. Well, this is racist 1965, so whatever. And then he's like, fuck. He's like, I thought he was going to say something. He's like, I'm trying to. You kicked in the door. He's like, fuck! That's probably what happened in real life. And then the coach is like, we're up like 75-0, coach. You think we should let Rudy play? Who the fuck is Rudy? The little guy over down there. Might as well give the fucking handicap a shot. Send him in. For how long? This one fucking play. That's how long. That's probably how that went down.
Probably.
I wish I'd remembered to ask him that as a kid. They were like, did that really happen like that? All them guys saw their jerseys down like that? Fuck no, they all hated me.
Maybe.
They fucking put their jock straps on my face.
Recurring theme here, football.
Football, yeah. You got another
Jogged my memory. Remember the Titans.
Oh, yes, I do. I remember those Titans. And that's a fantastic movie.
It is a great movie. It's also based on a true story.
A lot of stars in that one,
and
too.
I bet it's probably pretty more racist.
Well, it was during that racist ass shit.
Exactly.
And, the whole point of that movie was integration.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet the actual happenings was probably worse than what was in the movie.
Yes! I guarantee you, they were showing the coach having death threats and all that. I'm sure they were fucking burning crosses on his fucking yard, 100%.
Oh yeah.
You want this?
I'll take one. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guarantee you they fucking downplayed that like a motherfucker.
They probably couldn't have made the movie
they could back then. Probably not nowadays.
Yeah, not nowadays.
Not nowadays.
You're right.
But
that's another one. I didn't realize how many made based on a true story football movies there were.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Because there's that, and then you got We Have a Marshall.
Yes.
Which I actually have never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
I just know it's out there. It's a
football movie.
It's a football movie. There's a bunch of them now, but that relinquishes my mind because I was going to be like, The Little Giants. Sure as fuck wasn't based on a true story.
Oh shit, that is funny.
Fucking keep it on. I'm telling you what, there's a lot of fucking gangster based on true story movies too.
Oh yeah.
I got 3 more on this list that I've watched. That I got 4 on this list. 1 I think is trash, and 3 that are fucking fantastic. And you need something to write on?
Yeah. Wait, I got some.
Oh.
But I need that pen.
Oh. So the first one is, again, I talked about Donnie Brasco, and I can't praise Johnny Depp enough. I just can't. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I love what he did at Braveheart. Fucking,
everybody.
It was just comical. I have nothing against her. Whatever.
Yeah.
She seems like a bitch to me, but whatever. What do I know? I only know what I read.
She was convicted of being a bitch.
And rightfully so. But with Johnny Depp, he did another gangster movie where he played the fucking mob boss, Whitey Bulger, played in Black Mass.
Yeah.
And he's, dude, Donnie, I cannot praise this motherfucker for an actor enough. Because I've seen interviews and shit like that with Whitey Bulger.
Mm-hmm.
And this motherfucker had him down to a T, man. Like, he looked, yeah. And I think a lot of it was historically accurate to a certain extent. Because they he had this murder house he basically took people to.
Yeah.
And I guess they dug that up in real life. And I guess there was a lot of bodies in that motherfucker.
Shit.
More bodies than they showed on the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, but he was so good on it because, like, his accent, the way he looked terrifying. He's terrifying.
I never seen that, but it did look good, and I had a lot of interest in it.
It's a gangster movie. And again...
Yeah.
Another one that I like, I'm gonna stay on top of gangster. Let me stay on this gangster shit for a little bit. Because another one I love, it's not my favorite gangster movie, but it's up there. It's Kill the Irishman.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Based on true story.
Okay.
And dude, a lot of it, now I do know a lot of this is accurate.
Okay.
A lot of it is accurate because they were showing it at the end of the movie. Now again, we've seen that one movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not so accurate. But I looked into this one in the past.
Yeah.
And a lot of this shit happened. So it was about an Irish guy who's fucking around with organized crime. Mm-hmm. Ends up, in Cleveland. Oh, shit. Cleveland, Ohio.
Nice.
The mafia was up there and all these other crooks were up there.
Yeah.
And he was clicked up with the Italians where he ended up, he's like, fuck you, I'm going to do my own thing. You guys ain't getting a piece of this. Fuck this shit. Yeah. So he goes to war with these Italians. The Italians try to kill him like 5 fucking times, dude. They try to blow him up in his house. They try to blow him up in a car bomb. They try to shoot at him in a fucking open shot. God, what the fuck else? They did something else. And all those instances are real because the Cleveland fucking cops and news reported on it.
That's crazy.
Fucking bananas.
I never even
he
heard
survived all that shit. Then they finally got him with a car bomb at the end. They eventually kill him, but it took like a fuckload of times.
Yeah.
His name, what the fuck was his name? I can't remember his name. Maybe it was Mickey something. Mickey something. I don't know. He's Irish. They're all Mickey something, right?
Yeah.
Fucking. But yeah, but it's a really good movie.
I haven't seen it. I had never even heard of that one actually. But I'll stick on your gangster kick. And the only one that's came to mind as you've been talking is American Gangster, Denzel Washington.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. I don't know how accurate that is.
I don't know either. I had looked into it a little bit. I did know the last time I looked it up, the dude was still alive.
Yeah.
But it's been a while ago.
Yeah, because he was a henchman of Bumpy Johnson, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In Bumpy,
yeah.
Because Bumpy Johnson was a real guy.
Yeah.
But Bumpy Johnson ran with the Italians.
Yeah.
He was
and it showed that stuff, and that's how he learned how to be his own type of gangster, I guess. Yeah. And it was pretty interesting. Dude, I don't know if he ever actually shot somebody in the street like that, but
I mean, probably.
I don't know.
More likely, because if you're a gangster, you're trying to fucking come up and take over shit. Yeah, you're gonna do shit like that. You know what I mean? I would say he did. Now, whether it was that dramatic of a fashion, probably not. Probably just quit. You know, I mean, it's just like dude, when you think of gangster, there's all kinds of they got a Dillinger movie with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's good, but I don't know how accurate it is because I don't know much about Dillinger.
No,
I just know at that time Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, fucking the fucking Bonnie and Clyde, all them were going crazy at that time.
Yeah,
you know, it was during the Depression.
Yes,
you know.
Yeah.
So, but my favorite gangster movie is based on true story. And there's a lot fabricated by the fucking by fucking Hollywood is Goodfellas.
Is that's
Henry Hill? Henry Hill.
Okay.
Well. So Goodfellas, Henry Hill. It follows Henry Hill, who just grows up. He's basically an associate for the mob, which is what happens in real life. But the thing is, in real life, I guess he was a degenerate gambler, you know, fucking, he just was like that guy who talked a good shit and did some of it type deal. Where in the movie, they make him out like he's Ray Liotta, who's handsome, charming. I guess Henry Hill was none of those things, you know.
Oh, man, that's pretty accurate.
But
the name, based on this guy's name.
Yeah, Henry Hill. But I mean, but like Joe Pesci dies in that movie, and the way he dies is pretty much how it goes down.
Oh yeah.
You know, they fucking set him up. They say, come, you have to sit down. Usually when you go to sit down, you get whacked, or you're fighting for your life. It's one of those. It's never like a pleasant business talk. It's always bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was pretty. I mean, there was they took some liberties with that, but I can't think of any else offhand.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my favorite all-time gangster flick.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, speaking of the Depression era, this is going to be stupid, but this could possibly be my favorite. I haven't watched it again in a long time, but Seabiscuit.
I've never seen it.
It's very good.
Is it?
And I have watched stuff like real shit about the actual happenings, and it's pretty good. It's done pretty well. Events happen in the movie that are supposed to happen, whether they happen correct order or whatever, I don't recall. But it's pretty good. It's really good. I don't know why. If it has an animal in it, I haven't watched War Horse or anything.
Never seen that one either.
I haven't seen it. But if it has an animal based on a true story, I'll
You're all
probably
about
cry.
it?
I'll probably cry.
Huh.
I'll be like, oh, it's so
You know what's
good.
crazy? That I with you saying that, I just now noticed that if there's a based on a true story with an animal, I don't watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't seen Seabiscuit or fucking War Horse.
But you have to have seen Incredible Journey. That's based on a true story.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
The Incredible Journey.
I thought it was.
The dog and the cat.
Yes.
No fucking way, dude. There ain't no fucking way that's based on a true story. How the fuck are they gonna know these dogs and this cat is gonna go, hey man, we gotta fucking fight this bear, escape this mountain lion, watch out for the fucking game warden.
I mean,
They catch us, but then we break free again.
It's
no fucking way.
But it's based on the true story of the fact that these animals made it from here to there. Not that all that shit happened to them. It's one of those things for Hollywood.
So they
made
legit like went from fucking one coast to the other.
Yeah, basically, and found their people. But all the shit in the middle, that's just all fucking made up. But it's based. I feel like it's based on something like that.
I don't even know what to say to that. I really don't. I just feel like that's the same thing as National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is based on a true story. It's based on everybody's Christmas who have in-laws over for a break.
You're right. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. I mean, pretty much. You know, I only have like a couple more.
I do have a couple as well.
I mean, one that I thought was going to be in your list, and I don't think is because you said it wasn't, was Fire in the Sky.
Exactly. It was not on my list, and you're right. It's right.
Fucking phenomenal. But again, like, it's based on, I mean, and with that, you have to take the guy's story as if it's true.
yeah.
Because in the end, this Travis guy,
yeah,
did he really get sucked up? Now, his friends and all of them say some weird shit went down.
Yeah. And he was gone for like a week, like 5 days or some shit, like legit gone.
Gone.
Because they were like investigating murder and shit.
Yeah. And I mean, Bob Lazar has came out saying that there really was an Area 51 and there really was aliens. So I don't know what to believe anymore. And then with the footage of the Air Force, got with the object shit. That nobody knows what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
What if that dude really fucking did get abducted and shit rammed up his ass and whatever the fuck else they did? Because I don't know if they did that. But
down his throat.
Oh, it's down his throat. Yeah. Close enough. It's one end versus the other. In real life, so in Hollywood they showed the down the throat, right? In real life, it was probably both. Yeah. Like,
you're probably right.
Jamming something down his dick hole too.
Yeah.
Like,
real Matrix shit going on.
Some fucked up shit.
Yeah. But yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a while though.
What
like, I don't even remember the cast. Fire in the Sky.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the cast either.
Oh my god, we were just sitting there talking about it. He's like, "What movie? What'd you say?"
I
don't understand. How could Joe forget? One has to wonder. Anyway, what's your other one?
Oh shit, I can't even remember.
Because I got another one, but I can't talk long on it because I don't know much about it.
But another one that I do enjoy. There's a lot of sports ones. Like most of them are sports. Cinderella Man. Great movie.
That is a great movie.
It was a great movie. And it's all those things, like as far as bones breaking, happens to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I know that it actually happened. I know he actually won. Like, late in his career or whatever. But I don't know like all the events how they stack up. But
I don't know. I mean, there is a lot of sports based on truth, but there's a lot of gangster and war flicks too.
Yeah.
Because war, one I had on my list is Black Hawk Down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I love that movie.
They have that.
But I don't know how accurate it is. I know my brother who shits on all war movies because he's been to war. He's like, none of this is fucking true. I'm like, but they say it is.
Look how cool it is.
And it looked real as fuck to me.
Yeah.
And it had an all-star cast.
I mean,
that movie, I think that movie, I still love that movie. I don't give a... If it's like, I know it went down like that in Mogadishu, like certain things did happen in that little... But I think the time, like, the movie's like, what, 2 hours long?
Yeah, that's probably...
And I think the entire thing took place over, like, what, 45 minutes?
I don't recall, yeah. It's probably something like that.
But nonetheless, I bet those 45 minutes felt like 3 hours to the soldiers.
Yeah, probably.
Getting attacked by all these fucking insurgents.
Yeah. I can imagine. I didn't think of that one. But I also
Lone Survivor, too.
But that's...
That's a war movie, too.
Yeah, it is.
That's based on a true story. Marcus Luttrell.
Yeah. Shit. I had one that was war.
Until I interrupted you.
Yeah.
I know the one that's always true is Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish it was true. I wish I had a lightsaber like, pow! It'd be fucking
it would be
sweet.
But it doesn't work. But Cinderella Man was on my list. Seabiscuit was on. Those two happened during the Depression. Even that was pretty interesting time for me. So I like those two. And man, Braveheart was on my list, but I can't remember. Man, we've talked about so many.
And again with crime,
Invincible.
There's so many crime ones that ain't even funny because we forgot about Casino. You got that's based on true story. Yeah, fucking Tony Squillatro and all them. Fucking you got fucking Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty. I mean, them guys are fucking real.
Yeah.
Again, I said Dillinger previously. Fucking, which is Public Enemies. That's the movie.
Yeah.
Fucking another one. That's based on Bumpy Johnson in his time in like Rising to Power is Hoodlum.
Okay.
With Lawrence Fishburne plays Bumpy Johnson. Tim Roth plays fucking Dutch Schultz, who's a real life gangster. The Untouchables.
Oh yeah.
That was a real one. That was really good. Kevin Costner. De Niro. Fucking, I mean, that's 5 more gangster flicks on top of the 3 that I said. Not to mention the shitty ones.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shitty ones that I don't even think I want to mention.
Yeah. And that's probably, like, I mean, wonder what it takes to make it to that level of story.
It's an interesting story. Or something that everybody wants to see. Like, why it make, like, crime, why that's so... but it's, everybody in America, like, America has these things. Crime stories... People love.
Oh, yeah.
People love gangsters.
Yeah.
Why is that? I think it's because they do things that we know we shouldn't do, but they do it anyway. Okay. Like, fuck you. And the average person's like, God, I wish I could do that. If I had enough balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do have.
Seriously. You know?
And then everybody loves a feel-good story like Invincible, like the underdog winning type.
Exactly. And that's why sports...
Yeah,
but sports ones are so good.
I never saw that new one, Kurt Warner's, whatever that one was called.
Kurt Warner has one?
Yeah, it just came out not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and that's what's weird to me too, because when I watch biopics on celebrities or sports stars that I grew up with, I kind of find them corny. Like, if you came out with a fucking Michael Jordan documentary, I'd probably laugh at it. Even though it's one of my favorite... Michael Jordan's my favorite basketball player.
Yeah.
It's the same as fucking Kurt Warner. He was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
One of the... he won like 2 Super Bowls, I think. Some shit like that. But I'm like, a Kurt Warner movie?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
What it's called.
I'm like, what? You know, the Tupac and Biggie movies, both of those weren't very good. They were done poorly. NWA, that was okay. That one was all right.
But there's a lot of music ones though. I think anything that anybody wants to be, there's probably a good movie about it, like a rap.
Well, the music ones are so interesting because if like a rock star lived fucked up lives,
yeah,
you know, like Jim Morrison, why wouldn't you make a movie about that? And they did.
Yeah.
Made the doors flick.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they've ever done a Janis Joplin, which I don't understand why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, they did the fucking Runaways, which is what's her face. Joan Jett and the Runaways.
Yeah.
That's like a TV series or something.
Yeah, something.
Fucking, I mean, Again, I can sit here and just name fucking biopics movies. We'll be talking for like 40 fucking minutes.
And maybe we haven't seen them, just heard about them.
Just heard about it. I mean, there's a bunch I've heard about that I haven't seen.
Yeah,
I mean, I can just rattle off movies that I haven't seen that I know of.
Yeah.
And I even know the plots. It's fucked up.
Well, then you research.
Anyways, that's all I got on this topic.
Yeah, I think so too.
Again, I could rattle on people, but do you really want to see that? No, nobody does. Nobody wants to see us, period. So whatever. This was, again, another episode of Drunkards Son. Podcast about anything and everything under the sun. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Anchor.
And stuff.
YouTube?
You said Anchor, Instagram.
Twice?
I don't fucking
Probably. We don't care. Joe doesn't know anything. So, that's a show. Thanks for tuning in to Drunkards Son. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
And thank you all for subscribing and liking from Drunkards Son, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun.
So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and Instagram. We're posting new shit every week. See ya.